Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 3, and today I'm going to be giving you part 17 of What If Naruto was sent to a parallel multiverse. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was created from nature energy over an anime king. 2 and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And if you're new, yes, I did have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be planning talking about to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last spot we left off, Minato Namikaze was not having such a good time. 3 years has passed since Naruto had defeated Kisame. In those 3 years there has been a number of assassination attempts on Naruto, but all of them had failed, one way or another, with Naruto crushing everyone under his heel. But that wasn't what Minato was currently worrying about. What he was worrying about was the missing 9 tails. The 2 half of the beast was mysteriously gone. Not to mention the 1 tails was gone as well. Someone was collecting tail pieces, stealing them. And the thing was, the person was able to enter Konoha without anyone finding out. It almost seemed like an insider job, but he had no evidence. But things weren't looking so good as his plan. Minato was enacting a plan for the entire elemental nation, but without the power of the 9 tails, well, things weren't looking so well yet, but he will enact his plan, and no one will stop him. As he would make this world what his master and him believed that it was supposed to be in the first place, with Konoha on top and no other nations rivaling it. But he had to get by the 9 tails, and X was currently on a mission, as several new things were going to be happening. And Konoha was lacking a Jinchuriki, and they needed one. They needed a Bichu, and Minato was willing to do anything so that would happen. But that was the only thing going on though, as Naruto was currently sitting down on a throne. The man arrived, as Naruto still did not know his name, so Naruto decided to call him Toby. The man had no idea why Naruto decided to call him Toby, but for now, he just went with it. Up until this point, he couldn't figure Naruto out. Mikoto had questioned the boy, and the boy had told her several things that made him seem like he was not in control. But while he was out of the village, he was a completely different person. So Toby didn't understand what was really going on, but Naruto would not elaborate. And he also said that he could force the question out of Naruto, but Katsumi simply laughed, as he asked what was so funny. Well, if he wanted to die early, he could try. As for Katsumi, Naruto and Katsumi came up with the perfect excuse for her to enter Konoha, as she was a lost Uzumaki, as she had been experimented on for most of her life by someone. And Naruto had killed that man on a mission, well, that was all a lie, but Inoichi confirmed it because Naruto implanted the memories. And not to mention, he changed her blood to make sure it resembled Uzumaki's, so the Uzumaki's always been one for her family welcome her into their home rather quickly. She stuck to Naruto as people believed that it was because Naruto was one that saved her, but that was not the reason. As Naruto headed back to Konoha, as Sahara found him as she kissed him, things had escalated beyond the past couple of years. For one thing, she knew that he was with Katsumi as well, as she had caught them making out. But Naruto had explained things, and strangely enough she was fine with it as long as he doesn't abandon her or focus all his attention on Katsumi alone. But Sahara did not know about Hanabi and him. Hanabi did not know about him and Sahara or Katsumi. But Naruto wasn't too worried. As well as things were going right now, Konoha was fun, and the stage were being set for things that were going to be happening very soon. The man that was going by Toby now because of Naruto spoke to Mikoto, who had to get more information out of Naruto because he was the unknown, because he was there when the man had came from the Nine Tails, as Mikoto was the one that gave him all the schedule, as she was so involved in Minato activities she knew when the Uzumaki changed shift. So if that was the case, why hasn't Naruto said anything? As that got them worried, as Naruto was an unknown opponent, and not to mention from what the man saw 3 years ago with those eyes of his during Sharingan, it couldn't be possible, right? But they still did not know. As for that, Urkai has found some more information. It turns out that Mikoto's mother indeed had a son as well, but he was never recorded in Konoha. It seems like this unknown son, wherever he was involved in something like this as well, because there was 2 children. But the scary thing about it was, Mikoto's father was not Kagami, and that was strange, even though him and the mother was together. So who was the real father of those children? As Naruto asks Urkai about the information of X, she's found some new information, but she still had no idea who was really X. So Naruto decided to take matters in his own hand as he asked for the information, the location on him, as Naruto was gonna pay him a visit. So yeah guys, basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So what do you say begin this new episode? Remember to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto was created from nature, and enjoy that guys. So yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. What am I saying? Let's get right into this guys. No intro, already done. X, one of Minato's best operative, and also his son, reasons yet unknown, was currently enacting his father's plan. X was in charge of a military group in Konoha that no one ever heard of. They were known as Blacklight. As X was in charge of this operation, he has been trained, he has been groomed for this said reason. So he was in charge and he knew exactly what to do. Minato's plan that involved the entire elemental nation is a dangerous one, because if it was not done right, it would cause chaos for everything, not just a leaf, but for everything. But in order for his plan to be a success, many people had to die, and X and his group was not above slaughtering the innocents to make sure that Minato planned their Hokage come true. Danzo had left Minato a detailed plan on what he was planning to do. Know that he was Hokage, but he had died before he could enact those plans. But Minato was one that was going to bring those plans to fruition, and no one or nothing was going to stop him. At the moment though, X was currently infiltrating Taki. A few of his members already spread through the village. Konoha was missing their 9 tails. Taki did not deserve the 7 tails power. After all, it was given to them only because Hoshirama Senju was a kind-hearted man, and he wanted peace. When Taki had sent Kakuzu to kill him, even though the man could obliterate Taki and Kakuzu by himself, he decided not to. At the moment though, X was currently making his way, moving with the darkness of the night. It didn't take him too long. As he tapped his earpiece, with that he vanished, his eyes burning through the darkness as he went to the outskirts of the village. Upon doing so, they arrived to a rather small hut. Inside was a sleeping girl. As the girl was snapped awake, the insects all around, they start to squeak differently, as she had well, how would you say, a sensation with the insects because of what resided inside of her. Her orange eyes opened as she looked around. "Who's there?" she said, thinking that it was one of the villagers. As her mint green hair whipped to the side as she heard something, as she turned to see a man standing there. He was dressed in all black. He had a mask as he reached up. "Who are you?" said Fu. He unclipped his mask and showed her his eyes. Fu's eyes went dazzled as she started to fall under the hypnotic spell of the Sharingan. She then collapsed as she passed out right on the floor. X clipped back on his mask. "Target has been acquired. How is things going on your end?" he asked in the earpiece. "The false evidence has been planted. No one will expect Konoha is behind this," he heard back in his earpiece. "Alright, move out," he said. "We will meet up back at the rendezvous point." With so the members flashed away, as X picked up said girl and moved off with her, as no one would ever know that Konoha was behind this. This was the first phase of their plan, requiring backup Jinchuriki, and soon enough, well, that left a week. So with that X move, as him and his comrades split, the ninjas of Taki do not have any real skill to go against X or his forces, and not to mention, with X possessing the Sharingan, it was rather easy to subdue them. But X was not accounted for a sensation the moment he exited through the village. So, stealing a Jinchuriki? I must say, I didn't expect that. Is my father sending you to do this? X couldn't believe it, as he turned his head. Standing there was none other than the blonde himself, his long blonde hair whipping around in the wind, as he stood in a tree, his hands behind his head, as he just looked down towards X in a calm, relaxing motion. X didn't expect the same here. As he decided to move, the ground shifted as X was gone, but he had to stop as Naruto flashed in front of him. X was caught off guard by the speed that Naruto possessed. As he backed away, "It's about time that you and I have a talk. You've been moving around so often lately, even watching me. Always managed to get away, but I assure you," said Naruto, "this time it won't happen," said Naruto as he started to walk. X just watched him as he wondered how did he know that he was out here doing this. He slowly placed the girl on the ground. "What do you want?" he asked. "You're the one that has been watching me when I was younger," said Naruto. "Tell me, who exactly are you?" "That is none of your concern. And you being here is not something that should happen at the moment." "Why are you here?" he asked. "I am not the one being questioned here," said Naruto. "You are. So tell me who you are, immediately, before I have to rip the information out of you." "I'm afraid I can't do that. Now leave, or I will make you." As Naruto chuckled a bit. "Let's see you try." X decided that he would just knock Naruto out and report this back to his father later. Still unaware why Naruto was here, but he couldn't blow his position or who he was. So with that he moved as he appeared behind Naruto. He brought his hand down for a chopping motion. But before he could make contact with Naruto, an arm came from Naruto's back and grabbed his wrist, surprising X as he couldn't believe it. The arm seemed normal, but it was made from iron the way it was so tight around his wrists. As Naruto flung X over him, tossed him toward a tree as X flipped and landed on it. He landed softly as he moved, once again reappearing in front of Naruto as he shifted his mask, showing one of his eyes as he made contact with Naruto. "Now, sleep," he said. Naruto slapped him across the face as he was sent sailing as he crashed into the tree. "You think your Sharingan can work on me?" said Naruto, as he shook his head. "I can feel it now. At first, I wasn't able to feel it clearly because my power had not returned, but the chakra that flowed through you, your entire essence, it's so similar to mine and Menma, and not to mention Mito. So tell me, brother, how have I never met you before?" X froze. "Come on. Not saying anything right now is rather redundant, I know." "How do you know that?" X asks. "I'm a good censor, a really good one," said Naruto. "Now tell me, why have we not met? After all, you're my brother." "But seem to be a brother from a different mother after all. I'm sure that you're not Kushina's kid." As X looked Naruto over. "If you know that we are related, then trying to stop me is a rather illogical thing to do. Let me pass. You will ruin my mission." "I want answers first." "I find your part of the mission entertaining, especially were me not to lie." "What do you mean?" "Well, it's all fun and games," said Naruto, "until the real shit start to happen, when I have to cut loose and have some real fun. But Minato's story is like the side story, but I must say it's entertaining. I wonder what does he have you doing? Planning a siege on Taki after taking their Jinchuriki. Taki wasn't a really strong village, so I doubt that, well, there's much to offer there without their Jinchuriki. But I'm sure that you made backup plans just in case, so they wouldn't find out that Konoha was the one that stole their Jinchuriki." X looked towards Naruto, wondering how he knew so much. "First off," said Naruto as he raised his hand. X felt a sensation as his mask was ripped off. as Naruto caught it before he tossed it to the side. That is when Naruto saw his face for the first time. He looked like a blend between Minato and... As Naruto started to chuckle as he noticed the dark strand of hairs. As Naruto burst out laughing rather loudly, as X wondered what caused this. It was what I was expecting. So Mikoto is your mother. That threw X off once again. How do you... As he shut his mouth, Naruto sighed. No, I'm gonna kill him, he said. What? Said X. Oh, our father. X narrowed his gaze. Do you know what you're saying? Yes. I'm gonna have to go and kill my father. Well, he cheated on my mother and had another kid with her best friend to be exact. And Kushina has been kind to me. Yeah, really kind. It kind of made me feel weird after all. I never grew up with my mother before. And I know I'm an evil, wicked, heartless person, but having someone like that being so kind to you is kind of touching, said Naruto, as he talked to himself. Oh, what am I saying? It's just different. Not like I'm all soft and all, but she's a good woman, and she don't deserve this, especially with the betrayal that Minato and Mikoto has done. So I'm gonna have to kill him. Maybe I'll fillet him before I rip him from piece to piece. I always knew that he wasn't a good person. But I'm kind of interested to see what he's have you doing. You dare speak of the Hokage that way, and especially our father, said X. So you're no longer hiding it, said Naruto. It is illogical to do so. After all, you know who I am. Why do you keep on speaking like that, said Naruto. Oh, you're like a root, aren't you? X narrowed his gaze. Let me guess, Minato has her own special, unique division, where he trained kid soldiers and he trained his own son to become one. It seems like you're the reject of the family. What? Said X. Sorry if I hit a nerve or something, but it's kind of true. I mean, he didn't show you to anyone. You're kind of like his personal shame. But it doesn't matter. It's not like you're gonna remember any of this. As X backed up a bit. But I need you to find out exactly what he has plans. Killing him right now would be, well, as you say, illogical. Because I want to see what he is planning to do. But once he's done and it's bore me, I'll take his head off. Maybe someone else will be a fitting Hokage. X tried to say something, but his throat was grabbed. X looked forward, petrified, as Naruto's eyes shifted. As X's body went numb. As he froze up, before he collapsed on the ground. Time skip. X. X, are you there? X looked around confused as he came to. What happened? I've been calling you for the past minute. I'm not sure. As X looked down to see his mask, he picked it up and placed it on. He then looked over to see Little Julki as he picked her up. I will be moving towards the rendezvous spot now, he said as he moved off. He shook his head. All he remembered was exiting the village and then waking up right here. He wasn't sure what happened, but he had to get back on track as he made his way. Meanwhile, back at Konoha, as Naruto was lying down in his bed, he had moved out of the main compound. There was many houses in the compound, but he had moved out of the main house. After all, the room that he had was fitting for a child. So he had gotten one of the houses in the compound. There was many vacated houses in there, because the place was large because they wanted to bring more than the small amount of Uzumakis that were at Uzu. But from the attack, the numbers had lessened. So many houses were vacant, so Naruto took one of them for himself. Kushina at first was upset that he wanted to move out, but she was okay with it knowing that he was still within the compound. Menma being the leader of the clan now, he spent more time at home, no longer embarking on missions, dangerous missions to be exact, as he was busy just like Minato, making sure the finances and everything for the Uzumaki clan stay on track. As Naruto had taken a 2-bedroom house. It had the essentials, kitchen, living room and everything else, bathroom, so there was not much for him to worry about. At the moment though, as Katsumi was lying down in the bed as she stretched, as she watches Naruto appear in the room, she looked up towards him with a cute yawn as she got up. The sheets fell off of her, showing that she was completely exposed and naked. So she said, rubbing her eyes, "How did it went?" As Naruto sat down as he gave her a kiss. Before lying down in the bed, I went through his memories. It turns out that he's indeed the son of Minato and Migato. Well, I guess you were right, she said. So what? Are you gonna kill Minato now? Not yet, said Naruto. He's still interested. As Katsumi leaned back, I would have never said this before, but Kushina is a rather nice person in this timeline. Well, not that she knew exactly who we were, but still. She's been oddly generous, and it was Makis. They've been so kind. I mean, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, said Naruto. If we were back home in our original timeline, we would probably be hunting the remaining survivors now, and torturing them out of pure amusement. But this place has a lot of things to do, and besides, we're not the big bad here. I mean, we are the strongest, but the main enemy is the Uchihas that is plotting something along with this strange man that I'm calling Toby right now, said Naruto. And my father also has something that he's planning as well. X know the basics of the plans, but my father seemed like he has something else in store. Firstly, he wished to gain strength for Konoha. That means having Abijo under his control, and with the 9th gone, he's rather upset about that. So he wants Abijo for his plan to be a success. He's gonna eliminate all daimyos, starting from the lightning, wind, water, and earth, and even the fire daimyo. As Katsumi was surprised by that. Even the fire daimyo? Yeah. He's gonna put someone in their stead. He's gonna manipulate things so that he has the control over them. But that is not where he's gonna stop though. He's also gonna eliminate all previous Kages. I'm not sure how he's gonna do all of this without raising a suspicion within the people, or replace them with people of his choice. But he seemed to have it all planned out. But X don't know the full extent of his plans. He trusts him though, and he treats him like his own son, but in a harsher way. He's been trained from birth. I can't really blame the guy. He's been trained to be a perfect weapon like how Danzo trained his roots. But Minato has grown soft. Ever since me and Mito, he has grown soft. It seems like his plans were contradicting with his feelings, but he still planned to go through with them. But I'm not sure of the end result though. But he still betrayed your mother, not to mention with her best friend, who betrayed her as well. And then she comes over here acting like nothing is wrong, looking your mother in the face. As Naruto glanced towards Katsumi. What? It almost sounded like a word for Kushina, said Naruto. As Katsumi looked away. I didn't say that, but the woman doesn't have an evil bone in her body. And yet, she's the one that is suffering. I believe that we should kill Minato. Oh, there is no question there, said Naruto. But let us see what he has planned first. Then I'll get rid of him. Besides, he's gonna push the world into a war. And it's not like I care about that, but I want to see what the Uchihas are planning to do. If he starts a war before they enact their plan, things is gonna be all messed up. Yeah, and we won't have our fun, said Katsumi. So I guess this time around we're not gonna blow up Konoha, are we? As Naruto shrugged. Don't know yet, he said. Perhaps things change. Oh, and another thing. Minato does not suspect Mikoto one bit. I don't know if he loves her or not, but X has not seen a relationship that they've had. I went through his memories. I wiped his mind of everything though. But I'm not sure if they're still with each other or if she's just using him. I mean, she must be the one that told Toby about what is going on and where the Ninetales is located. And not to mention what time they will change shift so that he could capture without anyone noticing. Yeah, she's using him of course. But I'm not sure why she would have a kid with him, said Katsumi. It doesn't make any sense, does it? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that point, said Naruto. But X doesn't seem to know what his mother is planning. They talk, but not that much. So I'm not sure what is going on there. But X has wanted to meet me and Mito for the longest time now. Even Menma as well. But Minato was against that. He told him to stay away from us and also stay away from the compound. It seemed Minato is living with a shame that he doesn't want anyone to know. But the weird thing about it was after seeing X memories, I'm not sure, but I don't see any regret for Minato. I mean, being with someone else behind your lover's back, especially your wife. That's not all that bad, but having a kid with your wife, best friend, I'm as evil as they come. And I didn't even think of that. As Katsumi laughed, I guess he beat you to it, she said. Well, enough of that talking. Come on, let's have some fun. As Naruto looked towards her. I've heard you've been trying to explore with Sahara. Oh, yeah, she would be a good third for our bed. But she's not against the idea, but she's just not used to it yet. Just give me some more time. It will go a lot faster if you talk to her. As Naruto chuckled. No, he said. What? Why don't you work for this one, said Naruto. I'm gonna enjoy watching you, said Naruto. So you're not gonna help me at all. As Naruto shook his head. You're gonna pay for that, you know, right? And how are you gonna make me pay? She grabbed his shirt and ripped it completely off. Oh, you'll see, she said. Well, who said I won't enjoy this payment, he said. Time skip. What do you mean she's gone? Yes, she's gone. She's nowhere to be seen. I've went around Taki and tried to get some information, and turns out that she just vanished 3 days ago. As Toby looked towards Zetsu. I don't understand. How could she just vanish? Do you think she ran away? I'm not sure, but she wasn't well liked at the village. So perhaps that was the reason. Perhaps she did run away. Or someone took her. From the reports I've overheard, there wasn't any sign of restraint or any fighting that happened. So it seems like she went with them willingly, or someone was able to hypnotize her into coming with them without a hassle. You mean someone with visual powers? Said Toby. Exactly, said Zetsu. I think I know who is behind this. You do? Tell me, where is Naruto Uzumaki? Meanwhile, as Naruto had a smile on his face. Well, that was fun, he said. As he looked around him, there was bodies of unknown ninjas. After 3 years of unnecessary death, you think they would change, but they just keep on coming after him. From bounty hunters to ninjas disguised to be unknown from villages. He sighed. He was sent to the sand to deliver a scroll to said village. As Konoha relationship with the sand was still rocky even after 3 years, but, well, they were getting there. The Kazekage of the sand was Temari. It was Gaara's sister after Gaara had been kidnapped. The Kazekage was a bloodline thing. And Kankuro, he did not have what it takes. Temari was a better leader. She was groomed to be the leader after Gaara's demise, as he was most likely dead by now after all he's been gone for so long. After delivering his scroll and to return back to said village, he was attacked by a horde of ninjas. Some of them being weaker than your average chunin. Perhaps they were trying to get the bounty on his head. Oh yes, a rather large sum of money was placed on his head not too long ago, ranking him at the top dangerous people in the world, as he found it really like a praise. Kushina on the other hand was quite upset and furious about this, as there would be countless of people coming after him, if not to just get rid of him for the bounty on his head, and she didn't like that one bit. Minato knew that Naruto was more than capable enough of taking care of himself. After all, that is the main reason why he sent him out here, by himself, as Naruto was a Jonin of Konoha, but not just any normal Jonin. Minato did not even know the capability that Naruto possessed. But Menma decided that it was probably a good idea to test what Naruto was capable of, until Naruto beat him down to the ground. Let's just say he was proud. Surprised, but he was proud as well. But he was not the only one. Mito has not been slacking on her training either. She has been prospering quite well. And not to mention she was secretly dating Neji, as Naruto found out recently. And also, his brother was with Uncle. They had been keeping it low-key, given that it was her fault while the whole thing blew up with the Hyugas. As Naruto had studied the village for the past 3 years and found out everything, as nothing could hide from him. He was walking as he felt someone approaching him. He looked so familiar. It then clicked in his head. Hey, I know you, said Naruto. Ah, yes. Kakuzu, was it? As Kakuzu looked at Naruto. You know me, he said. Well, that doesn't matter. I've been hunting you for some time now. And yet you come out here all alone, knowing the bounty on your head. You must think of yourself quite capable, said Kakuzu. Well, I do think so, said Naruto. But I guess you're here to get that bounty and kill me and all, are you, said Naruto. You presume right. You have quite the hefty sum on your head. I'm surprised that none of the members I've met so far is actually a part of the Akatsuki. The Akatsuki, said Kakuzu, sounding confused. Oh, nothing for you to worry about, said Naruto. But you see, I've already had my lot of fun today. There were a few strong ones, some of them being low jonin, high chunin, but even me sometimes can get bored of fighting if I'm fighting weak opponents. So I figure that I'll just lay back for now and enjoy myself. 3 amazing women at Konoha is waiting for me to return. And I have to go visit one of them. I haven't seen her in a couple of days. And I'm sure she'll be delighted to spend some time with me. So, if you wouldn't mind, can you just go away? Kakuzu chuckled. His chuckle sounded a bit off-putting. You're one funny brat, you know that, right? But, funny or not, it does not matter. You might know my name, but you don't know who I am. And I assure you, you will fall, said Kakuzu. He extended his arms as Naruto watched the arms unlink, rushing towards them. Naruto stood there calmly as the arms stopped, inches away from him. Kakuzu frowned. What the hell, he said, unable to touch Naruto, as Naruto merely smiled, before he snapped his finger. Upon doing so, there was a force that released from that single snap that rocketed into Kakuzu. He was thrown as he broke through several trees, before slamming headfirst into a boulder, cracking it on contact. Kakuzu picked himself up with a groan, as he frowned. Naruto grabbed him by the face, surprising the man, as Naruto lifted him off the ground before delivering 3 punches to his midsection. Kakuzu's body was blasted backwards, crashing through some more thick trees that belonged in the line of fire, as Naruto reappeared behind him and elbowed him in the back of the skull, his head slamming into the ground, as Naruto flipped him over and whacked him across the face. Now what have you learned, said Naruto. Don't mess with someone that is out of your league, as Naruto slapped him like a petulant child, before lifting him up and tossed him in mid-air. Now, say bye-bye, as Naruto opened his mouth as a ball started to form right in front of his face, as it became a cylinder type. It started to poke out, as it formed directly on Kakuzu. Seeing the attack coming, Kakuzu willed his body to start to shake. I don't think so, said Naruto as he held his hand out, controlling the gravitational pull around Kakuzu and squeezed his palm. Kakuzu cursed he could not move himself, as Naruto yanked him. Come to me, he said, as Naruto fired off the ball. It made contact with Kakuzu before erupting in a bright explosion, as body parts fell all over the place. As Naruto chuckled, as the blood fell, but not even a single drop touched him, as there was this force turning in his body. I hope you enjoy the show, said Naruto, as he looked up towards the tree to see Toby standing there. So what now? Have you came to spy on me again? Try to find out what's going on. What have you done with the 7-tailed Jinchuriki? Oh, we're getting right to it, huh? I thought you didn't believe I was behind certain things. You've been watching me, so I've been keeping an eye on you as well. Now tell me, what have you done with the 7-tailed Jinchuriki? If you've been keeping an eye on me, shouldn't you already know what I've already done with it? So, you did have something to do with it. Yes, maybe not, said Naruto. Tell me though, what do you want it for? That is none of your concern. You know, for someone who's all up in my business and asking me questions, you're sure quick to tell me that is none of my concern. You know what? I'm not dealing with you today. Why don't you just go away? You're annoying me. Maybe when I'm in a better mood I talk to you. When you showed me some proper respect. Me. Show you respect. Hey. Just because you see me laugh and speak like it's casual, don't believe that you're the one in control here. You might tend to believe that I'm all fun and games because I talk to you with such pleasantries. But the only thing that is keeping you alive is because you amuse me. And once that ceases to be, I will erase you. Not just you, but your entire existence of living. So next time. Toby glanced toward his side as Naruto was now beside him. Watch your mouth. Seems you have only gotten faster. As Toby flashed behind Naruto. But you're not the only one. Well then, why don't you do something? Attack me. Try to gain your information that you seek. I dare you. Toby did not move a single muscle. His body was telling him to run. He did not fear this kid, but his body was against him, telling him to run away and get as far away from Naruto as possible. What? Have you done with the real Naruto Uzumaki? He's dead. So, you're not him? No. So then, this is an illusion. I doubt it because I'm not able to break it. Oh, I might have overstated that he's dead. Let's just say I'm controlling him. So who are you then? Someone that is bored. You know this won't last forever, right? You will have to come out sooner or later, said Toby. Maybe I will, maybe I won't have to, said Naruto. Unless you bring me some enjoyment. I don't think I have to. So for now, just run along. I'll be on my way. As he jumped down from a tree and made his way. As Toby watched him before he vanished, like he was never there. Meanwhile at Konoha, as Kushina was sipping tea, along with Katsumi in front of her. So tell me, how has my son been doing? Oh, he's doing just fine. What about the attacks, Kushina said. Do you think I can't take the fact that he's been attacked by unknown mercenaries and ninjas? So recently he hasn't been telling me anything. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. He's a lot stronger than he looks. Yes, I know that he's strong, but I'm still his mother, and I'm worried. Yeah, I can understand that, but I assure you, Kushina, he's just fine. Thank you, Katsumi. For what? Watching over him, and having these talks with me. Mito seemed to be fine that her brother is being attacked. She said that he's powerful enough, yes, I know that. His father said the same thing, but I'm still worried. But you're worried just as me, aren't you? Yes, I do worry, occasionally, because Naruto means everything to me. It seems you have grown quite attached to him. He was the one that saved me from that hellhole, from being experimented on every single day. I still cannot dream to understand what you've been through. But you are home now, with your family. So you have nothing to worry about. You're safe. Thank you, said Katsumi as she gave her a smile. Can I ask you something? Yeah, sure. As Kushina sipped some of her tea. How has your relationship been going with Minato? As Kushina coughed a bit, before she looked up towards her. Sorry, I didn't expect you to ask me that. I mean, everything is alright. Why do you ask? Well, it seems like he's not really home lately. And you also seem sad most times. I mean, I know that the Uzumakis are here, but they're always busy, doing something there or something else. And I know that you're close to most of them because Uzumakis are family above everything else. But Mito is always busy. Naruto enjoy taking missions. And Menma is now the head of the clan, running things. So sometimes you seem lonely, pushing things for her. Yeah, I'm quite lonely sometimes. But everyone is grown now. Everyone is matured, doing their own things. And you're right. Between just me and you, Minato and I haven't been in sync lately. He's been coming home later than expected. We barely talk. He's always out first thing in the morning. As she sighed, I know I shouldn't complain or feel bad about this because he's a Hokage keeping us safe. No, feel bad all you want. You or his wife, it angers me to know that you've been going through this. I'll make sure that Naruto spares some time to spend with you. Oh, you don't have to. It's quite alright. Trust me. He's still your son. You have nothing to worry about. Oh, I know that, but the more time passes, it's, well, like everyone is just going their own ways. I'm not saying that I want them to stop what they're doing and just come home to be here, because that would be rather selfish of me. But if they can spare a bit of time. Kushina said, sipping some more of her tea. Maybe you will soon get some grandchildren. As she spat out the tea, coughing. What? Wait, what are you... You can't be speaking about Menma because he's so busy in work lately that he has not really met anyone. I've noticed. And Mito has been busy lately. And the only person that you spend much time with is Naruto. Wait, are you two... I mean, I know that he saved you and all, and that you're close, but what kind of relationship do you have with my son? As I said, Naruto-kun means everything to me. As Kushina was surprised. At first she thought that was the case, but the more she saw how they spend with each other, she thought it was just friendship, but it seems like she was wrong. Katsumi was a bit older, but not that far. As Kushina thought about it, she was kind, gentle, sweet, and not to mention she and Naruto got along really well. And if they have children, it would be full Uzumaki. It would be within the clan standards. Not that she would be against Naruto having children with any other people out there. But still, well, this was... She smiled before she paused. You don't have to worry about anything. I mean, you guys are still young. Oh, I never said me and him are gonna have children. Do you want that? Kushina paused. As Katsumi chuckled, seeing that look on her face. You're messing with me, aren't you? As Katsumi simply chuckled some more. Kushina, you've been rather fun lately. Lately? Said Kushina. Oh, nothing, said Katsumi, as she shrugged it off. Later that day, Katsumi made her way to the village. She couldn't believe that she was becoming friends with Kushina. Seeing that she despised her in her previous life for stealing her away, but this Kushina was just so different. Perhaps Naruto was right. They were not going to be the big bad in this world. As she looked around the village. But the more she spoke to Kushina, the more she wanted to kill Minato. It was then that she felt someone approaching her as she came to a stop, slowing down a bit. Ah, hello Katsumi-san. Oh, Mikoto-san. Can we talk in private? Asked Mikoto. Yes, sure, said Katsumi, wondering what this was about as she brought her towards the compound. Upon arriving there, she sat down with her. So what's going on? You've been around Naruto a lot lately, right? Yes. It's regarding my daughter. You know how teenage girl gets, not wanting to tell their parents anything. I'm not sure how she and Naruto relationship are developing. I mean, they are pretty close. And I was hoping that... Well, I'm not sure what I was hoping. But you've been around Naruto a lot lately. Is there been anything happening? My daughter has been acting strange lately. I just want to make sure that she's alright, being the concerned mother that I am. Oh. Sahara is just fine. I mean, she and Naruto are good friends. So I don't see any problem or what is going on that you speak of. Are you sure that there isn't anything that is going on? As Katsumi shook her head. No. I'm sure that your daughter has just been changing. I mean, we all can't stay the same as we were. Now can we? I guess you're right there. But before you go, her eyes switched into her mangekyo form rather quickly. As Katsumi pretended to act like she was being controlled. You have been the closest Naruto. Tell me, is he who he say he is, or is someone controlling him? He is being controlled, Katsumi said, acting like a puppet. I knew it. Who is it? And how do you know this? So let me guess. He's controlling you as well. Well, as she pushed more chakra into her Mangekyo Sharingan, tell me, what is going on? As Katsumi, eyes dim. I do not know his name, but he's a very powerful individual. And he told me that we have to go along with what he say, and I cannot fight his requests. What did he told you to do? He told us that we have to watch the people of Konoha, the Uchihas, the Uzumakis, all of the clans. So when time comes for him to enact his plan, he won't be blindsided. Enact his plan? What kind of plan is that? I'm not sure. He never tells. Are you sure? Yes. He never tells us. So he's the reason why Naruto has gotten this strong. Yes. He's infusing with his power. Does he have the Rinne Sharingan? Rinne Sharingan? His eyes. Are they similar? As she placed a thought inside her head to that. Yes, they look exactly like that. They're quite powerful eyes. I tried to stand up to him, but he crushed me in a second. So this guy has been using you two like a puppet, watching over the entire place. When did this happen? I am not sure. I've just recently got into the Uzumaki clan and a part of Naruto's life. Damn it. So what about the real Naruto? Has he ever broken out of this control? When he does not remember anything. Neither do I. That's all I know. So, this man has been controlling you two like puppet to spy on Konoha and their clan. Mother, as someone came walking out, it was Itachi. What are you doing? It seems like my thoughts are right. Naruto is being controlled. He is. This is his friend, the one that he saved not too long ago. It seems this man, whoever he is also controlling her. Why did you brought her here? Don't worry. I will cleanse her mind of these thoughts the moment I'm done. She won't remember this. But we need to have Shisui use his Mangekyo Sharingan on them to override his control, to bring them to our side. Are you sure this is wise? What if whoever this guy is finds out that we're behind this? Things can easily turn bad. I know that, but it's a risk we have to take. Whoever this guy is, he's trying to manipulate Konoha and us. He's going after all the clans, and soon he will strike. We're gonna have to push up our time frame. We can't have any interruptions we've planned for too long. My son, we need to do this. Fine, said Itachi. Shisui has set things in motion. Send her home. Once he returns, we will get her back, and perhaps Naruto. And then use him to make sure the both of them are on our side. Wait, ask her if the power that Naruto retains is still with him. As Mikoto asks, yes, it all belongs to him now. He will be a big help for what is come. Yes, it's time that we strike. Time skip. As Naruto was laughing, as he found all of this amusing. So they're gonna start soon. Yes, very soon. It seems they have a big plan they want to enact. They're gonna use Shisui to control our minds. Katsumi could no longer be controlled by the Sharingan, or be subdued by the Mokidan after all. She wasn't exactly the Kyuubi anymore, as Naruto had created his body invulnerable to those techniques. It's not like they could stop him either. As he found this rather amusing, so it's time the real fun begins. What do you think you're gonna do? I'm not sure, but you want to be surprised. Well, yeah, said Naruto. As Naruto leaned back. Now this is what I was waiting for. Perhaps they're gonna attack Konoha, or Minato in a way, and cause some chaos in the village. Well, from what I heard, Shisui is a big part of this plan. But the other guy, they didn't mention him one bit. Yeah, I'm not sure his role in this, said Naruto, or what he's doing yet. But Urka is digging up some information. I'm sure she will be back to us soon. Did you plant it? Said Naruto. Come on, of course I did. She opened her palm to show a small, black cube as she tossed it to Naruto. He held it in his hand before he applied chakra. A similar black cube was planted on Mikoto. Well, not on her clothing, but it was marked on her skin. The moment Katsumi had made contact with her, shaking her hand while they were leaving, she had to notice. And now they could hear everything. As they heard voices. It's time, brother. It seems like whoever it is He's planning to attack Konoha. And we can't allow whoever it is to do this until we make a move first. It's a bit rushed. We still don't possess the 7 tails or the 8 tails. That can come later on. We need to enact phase 1 of our plans. Shisui and Inabi is currently in motion. Fine. Let us begin first. We shall start with Kiri. They seem to be the best solution there. And then we move on to the rest. Once this is done, we will bring her back. And the Uchihas will return to back where they once was. Back on top. We will return this world back to what it previously was. With the Uchihas in control. With her as our leader. No question there, said Mikoto. Let's do this. I've already sent a message. Now it's time for you to speak to Nagato. I will. As Naruto heard them cut off like they separated. Well. Things are getting more and more interesting. Nagato. Who the hell is Inabi? And also, Shisui involved in this mission. They're going to Kiri. And where are we going? Said Katsumi. As she had a smile on her face. Well, I guess we're going to Kiri, said Naruto. As she chuckled a bit. See, I told you, if you just leave things, they will get more and more interesting. And you played a wonderful role, said Naruto. Why, thank you, she said as she gave him a slight bow. I am an actress at heart, though. As Naruto chuckled a bit. Well then, Naruto paused, the idea came to him. What's wrong? I have the most greatest idea, said Naruto. And I believe this idea will help us to find out, once and for all, who the hell is that guy? You do? As Naruto nodded. Alright, let's enact phase 1 of my plan. So you're taking phase as well. Everyone is doing it, I mean, Minato, Mikoto, they're all doing phase 1 of their plan. Why can't I do my phase? Because it's like you're a follower. And come on Naruto, you're a leader. Yeah, you're right. I know. Part 1 of my plan. That's not much better, she told him. Yeah, but let's just get with it. She shrugged. Let's move, she said. But guys, if you ain't subscribed right here, if you want to see next parts and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification they posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, guys, stay tuned for the rest of what's coming your way. But I'm over for now. See you guys soon. Peace.